Hey guys, I think a white water-based print on a dark garment, t-shirt, hoodie, sweatshirt has got to be one of the holy grails of screen printing, or it certainly has become that in my world. I'm 18 months into my own screen printing journey. I'm self-taught and I'm printing for my own clothing brand. This weekend I printed a white water-based ink onto a navy t-shirt. There are a number of different print placements. I thought I'd just take the opportunity to talk you through it. This is the sort of video I would have found useful when I was starting screen printing. I remember searching for a lot around water-based screen printing, particularly on dark garments, because it is difficult. I wouldn't say that I've mastered it. I'm certainly a lot better than I was when I started. I want to just talk you through some of the specifics around the print that I've done, you know, some of the things around screen choice, how I've actually printed it, and hopefully you can get some ideas for yourself. And yeah, equally, if you've got an alternative way of doing it, then please let me know, because I'm all ears. I'm definitely open for learning and hearing new ideas and ways of printing. At the moment, I'm using the Permaset Aqua inks. It's a Supercover white that I'm using. I did use the first down white to start with, which I think is more recommended these days is recommended as an underbase. So I'm using the Supercover white now, which is intended to give a more opaque print, but it's not foolproof by any means, but it seems to be working okay for me at the moment. The obvious challenges that you've got around printing with a water-based ink, it drying in the screen, that is a nightmare. There's no getting even with you know, adding some moisture to the screen with a misting bottle. Certainly in the area where I'm printing, maybe it's just because the humidity is so low that it really does dry on the screen very, very quickly. But I'll grab the t-shirt and we can have a look at what I've done. So this is the t-shirt in question. Say it's a navy tee. We've got a neck print, a left crest print. There's a sleeve print. We've put on a woven label down at the bottom, and on the rear is a repeat of the left crest print with a bit more detail to the design. So I'll just lay that out on the table. We can talk through what I've done. So as I mentioned, I'm printing for my own clothing brand, Velokind. It's a cycling apparel brand, a casual cycling apparel brand. So this is a t-shirt that I've done for a friend that I've met on Instagram. He's a fellow cyclist. He's part of a cycling gang. They call themselves Beards on a Bike, or Beard on a Bike. So, you know, as well as printing for my own design, own brand rather, you know, the connections that I've made through social allow me to sort of broaden my awareness, if you like, you know, just in terms of being able to do little jobs like this. So that's one of the benefits of printing your own clothing brand, definitely. So I've removed all the labels from this t-shirt. It's 100% organic cotton t-shirt. There was a size label in the neck that I've removed. There was also a care label on the inside, quite a large one, which, you know, I really don't like. So I've removed that, replaced that with branded neck label with the care instructions there and the size as well. So I print, obviously, the size as well, all off one screen. I've got extra small, medium large, extra large, extra large, all on one screen, so I can do that. I am printing this through a, I think it's a 235 mesh, it's either that or a 196, I can't just remember off the top of my head. Typically I'm giving it 2 passes. It's quite a fine print, so there's not much margin for error, and I do have to be careful. I use a soft grey in order that I'm not getting anything through on the back side of the t-shirt. So really pleased with how that looks. So there's a left crest print. This is printed through, there's quite a bit of detail on there. There's some fine strokes. Couldn't tell you what the smallest one is. It's just picking that up there on the top of the glasses, but only just. I printed this through a 196 mesh, which I think's all right. I think I had to do 3 flashes on this to get that opaque print. I'm pleased with how it's come out. Don't know if you can see it particularly well. The lighting's not great in here. So yeah, pleased with that. Say a 196 mesh. And then on the sleeve, I've got a very small, this is the Velo kind logo icon, which I print, just a nice little touch. I do this on all my t-shirts, and the guy that I've done this t-shirt for is happy for me to sort of promote the brand, and it's, I say, it's all good awareness. That is printed on through a 196 mesh. Occasionally I'll put it through a 235, but I find that I just have to press too hard, and because it's quite a fine line, I do have to flash that at least twice, so it's quite time consuming, but you know, it's a point of difference that I've got for the brand and what I'm doing, so I choose to do it. On the back, there's, I say, a repeat of the Beard on a Bike design with a bit of extra text down here. I've printed this on a 156 mesh, so a slightly lower mesh count than the front, on the basis that this, you know, it's the same design but slightly larger, and therefore the lines are a little bit thicker. So again, pleased with how that's turned out. Yeah, let me know what you think. I'd appreciate any ideas, guidance, what you think. Should I be doing it differently? Have you not thought of doing it that way before? You're having difficulties with your own white water-based prints? Or is it something that you've mastered? If you've mastered, don't be shy. Let everybody know in the comments below, because it is, you know, I've wasted a lot of t-shirts trying to get a decent white water-based print. I'm getting to the stage now where I can get into the studio and knock one out. You know, it takes a few test prints before the ink is flowing through the screen. But once it's doing that, you know, I can probably get 10 t-shirts out before it's dried in the screen. Then I'm typically sort of washing it out, drying it in the drying cabinet. Takes about 20 minutes, and then I, you know, print a few more. So I'm all ears if you've got any ideas. If you liked it, please don't forget to like and subscribe. I'll check you out in the next video. Cheers guys, bye for now.